I want this fabric.
Children, I've taught you better than that.
Okay,
We're going to be
Mom.
doing fabric. Do you think they could show a little courtesy to one another? Keep watching. Hi, it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe, and I'm here with
Hannah Johnson.
And I understand that you have a show planned for us today.
I do. Now, Donna, I have a challenge for you, a fabric challenge that's a family feud challenge.
Feud? That just sounds kind of like we might fight.
Well, there will be a little bit of battling, a little bit of fabric battling.
Okay, who am I battling this time? Oh, fun. My wonderful children.
Yeah, what's better than making quilts and working through things with your family?
But I taught them everything they know about
Well,
fabric.
Then they're worthy adversaries then.
Well, this is Fran Morgan and
John Nossel.
All right, so your challenge today, we have so many different varieties of patterns here at Fabric Cafe. I thought it would be fun to give you a variety of a beginner pattern, an intermediate pattern, and a challenging pattern, because we cater to all types of quilters. So you will have to pick your fabric for each of these patterns, but you can pick whatever fabrics you want.
Okay, well, we're all making the same pattern.
Same
each
pattern,
one.
each one.
Okay.
So first off, you will all pick a quilt kit for Windmill.
Okay,
That'll be a fun one.
Your second is corner play.
one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then from our brand new book, Quilts on the Double, we're going to use the Dancing Bears pattern.
Oh, I love that one. Oh, okay. Can we
So-
do some pieces and parts?
Yes, but you have to make it yourself.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We can do that.
We can do that. Oh, yes, I can do that.
All right, perfect.
All right.
So let's see what they picked.
So this is the first quilt pattern that we're going to use, and as if you've ever watched before, we're showing you a quilt. This is just give you an idea of the sizing, and Windmill is one of our very first quilt patterns that Fran wrote for the company. So we'll put that up on the table, and I'll show you my selection of fabric. And my selection is this gorgeous, did I say gorgeous? This beautiful fabric here. And I've got pieces and parts for you, so you'll get to see how this is put together. For the number 1 fabric, it's going to go in the largest section, which is right here, and in this small border. Then you take the 2 and 3 fabric, you're going to compare those. Take your lightest one, it becomes your background. And then the third one in this quilt is your borders and your accent. So that lighter color really makes it pop. Now let's look to see how we're going to put this together. The pattern is also found in this book, which is Quilts for Kids. It's a download only pattern, and you will find it in this book as well. The first thing you're going to do is make a strip piece, and you can really see here how we're talking about the largest portion, the middle is the number 2, and then the dark. And what's cool about this is you're going to make one block over and over again, and they're all made the same way. You strip piece, and then you just cut these units off of the side. So that is your block. So I've made 4 blocks so that you can see how great this one goes together. So let's put it over here on the quilt. So you're going to put the first one here, and I still have my seam allowances on these. So then the second one gets turned. So you just take it and turn it like so. And then the third goes on like this. And the fourth is going to go like this. Now I think that's going to be gorgeous, and I'm fairly certain you'll want to vote for this because it is a stunning quilt. Isn't that great? Now when the pattern is put together, you're actually going to make rows of these blocks, but when you turn the rows, it'll look just like I showed you. And that kit number is 8021732, Shining Hearts. Windmill is your pattern, and it comes as an individual. It also comes in the book Quilts for Kids. But let's see what Fran has in store. Come on over, Fran.
Okay, I think you're gonna love this choice. Now, I know a lot of you know how much I love batiks, so I pulled some batiks for the windmill pattern, and I think it's just gonna come out gorgeous. I've got my lighter blue here as the number 1 with this great little dot on it. And then the number 2 is a green, but it also incorporates some of that blue, and then it incorporates some of the purple for our number 3 fabric. And I just think these go so well together. So like, look at the number 3 and the focus fabric together. Gorgeous. Now here on the quilt, we've got our focus as this larger block here and the border, which will be the blue. The number 2 will be everywhere there's a white. And the number 3, the purple, will go in these smaller sections and the border here. That kit number 8021733, and it's called Windmill in the Sky. And as Donna mentioned, the windmill is available as an individual or also in our downloadable book, Quilts for Kids. I love this. I think the boutique's going to get it.
Well, I've taught you well. That is pretty.
Well, you have.
I think you have a natural born talent. Well, let's see what John has up his sleeve.
He's pretty good too.
Yeah, I have to admit it. So thank you very much, Fran. Now let's see what John has. Well, John, did you ever dream when you were a little boy playing in my sewing room that you would grow up to be putting quilts together and trying to be better than your mother and your sister?
I had no idea.
Neither did
But
I.
I'm loving it.
It's fun.
I mean, when we were in here picking all of our fabrics and everything, we were literally running around and giddy going, look, that would be great together and all of this.
And helping each other.
And helping each other
Yeah.
was definitely, it's a great little family program that we have here of working together. It's awesome.
It is. Okay,
be fun.
show us what you got,
So,
John.
we've had the batiks, we've had the dogwood and all of that for Windmill.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really thinking with Windmill that it works really well with some smaller prints and smaller shapes and things on it. So I went in and the first thing that really grabbed my eye was this really cool purple and green that we had on the shelf. Back here on the shelf, we've got all these great fabrics that are coming in, and I saw that and I'm going like, that would be a great focus fabric for Windmill because that's going to go in that larger block out of the 3 strips that we're putting together in Windmill. And then our second fabric is this really neat kind of geometric with these little circles and that kind of woven pattern in the background. And then our number 3 is almost like raindrops hitting in a puddle of water. Oh. And so it's just this really neat combination of colors.
Are these the raindrops?
They could be.
Okay. We have to always make up stories.
So this is a really great one. And so I actually named this one Purple Rain because of those raindrops. Oh. So we've got lots of purples in here, and it's just a really pretty one. Its number is 8021734, and we're using that windmill pattern once again, which is also in that Quilts for Kids book. So this is a great opportunity to get some nice purples and kind of light colors going.
Awesome. Well, let's move on to the next quilt. You've got several more to watch and vote for the best man or woman. Our next quilt that we're going to do in this challenge is the corner play. Corner play is absolutely one of my favorites and one of the overall quilting public's favorite because they love this one. It makes a great design with a lighter fabric in the background. Let's put that up on the table and I'll show you what I selected for this one. I really like dogwoods. We live in an area that when the dogwoods bloom, they are gorgeous. So I think you'll like this one. So this is a dogwood fabric and it has an accent with my favorite color, which is green. I love green. So this is going to be my number 1 fabric. It's going to be the outer portion of this quilt block. Then the number 2 is going to be in the background, and I love the way these motif fabrics pick up a little bit of the green and transfer from one to the other. So the green and the red are coordinating with this. Number 2 will be back here, and then there's green here to tie these two together. That will be here and in the center of this block. So this one is Dogwood Trails, 8021735 Dogwood Trails, Corner play is the pattern. It's from the book Pretty Darn Quick. So now that's mine. Be sure to remember that you are voting for which one you like best with each of the 3 sets. So let's see what Fran and John have in store. Hey, Fran.
Hey, thank you. I'm so excited to show you this next one. I just love these colors and the contrast together. So what I have put together for you here is some beautiful blues and whites. So what I've done is for our corner play, I have chosen this beautiful blue vine as our focus fabric.
Okay.
Our number 2 has this nice crisp white, and this has just a little birds and music notes on it. And I like the way that it just really pops off the blues. And then our beautiful royal blue, that's really going to give that nice striking contrast that we need for corner play to just really pop.
Yes, and I love the way you coordinate with your fabric today.
Anything to get a vote, just to make sure the quilt looks really good.
Oh, okay. Don't want to clash, huh?
No, I do not want to clash it. So I have some pieces and parts for you with corner play. Now the great thing about corner play is it looks like such a complex quilt to do, but actually it's very simple. So I've got some pieces and parts here so you can see how we've put this together. We're going to start with a simple strip piece, as you see here, and we have our fabric 3 and our fabric 1 sewn together in strips, and then we're just going to cut off units. So we're just going to slice units off of this to make this little pieced part here. Now let me just mention I have trimmed the seam allowances off of this piece so it doesn't look quite the same, but we've cut those off so you can see it when we lay it on the quilt a little better. So now I'm going to take the strip assembly away here, and then we're going to take another strip and we're going to sew it.
So I noticed that you have your number 1 fabric and your number 3, but over here the number 1 fabric is darker. Why is that?
Because it is the largest print of the 3.
Okay.
So with the focus fabric, sometimes it's the darker fabric, sometimes it's the lightest fabric, but mainly it's just the largest print of the 3.
Okay, so when you get ready to place that, how does that go?
So we're going to put this over here. We'll place it right here. Now, I have my largest print is the green here. My largest print is going to be the blue. And then we're going to put our next piece on right beside it. And then we take our number 2 fabric and then we're going to sew a strip here and a strip to the other side. And we just build on the block to bring it all together. Now I have some other blocks that I've made just so that you can see how the big blocks. So we have the small block built and we're going to do 4 of those in 2 different fabric
So that's
placements.
the same one as that one.
It is.
And they just kiss in the corner.
And they kiss in the corners. Yes, that's perfect for family feud, right? So whenever I win, you're still going to love me.
I promise I will still love you. Mama is always proud of her daughter.
All right. So let's just put these other blocks up here and see how great they look together. And how
I am
beautiful.
liking that. Now we have the cropping tool, but I think in this case we probably don't even need it.
Wow, striking. I just love this.
I
Love,
do
love, love
too.
this. Now let me tell you the kit number and name because I know you're going to want to order this one. It is 8021736. It's called Blue Delft. Again, the pattern is called Corner Play and it is in the book Pretty Darn Quilts, or of course you can get it as the individual pattern as well.
Very good. Well, may the best woman win.
Absolutely.
We have to
wait.
take into account a man. So
Well.
let's see what the token man in this feud, what he has
But
up his
you know,
sleeve.
I'm really feel like I need to. My big brother needs to let the baby sister win.
Oh, okay.
Right, big brother.
Okay, let's see what John has now. Well, welcome back, John.
It's
are you
great to
starting
be
to
here.
kind of like sweat because mine and Fran are so awesome?
I think so. I mean, Fran's, that blue Delft is really a gorgeous, gorgeous blue. And I really like blues and all of that. So I think that's a great one. But I also like chocolate.
Ooh.
You know,
Did you bring some chocolate?
No, I didn't bring any chocolate today. Or if I did, I wouldn't share it. You know,
I think
'cause
he should have brought me chocolate.
I don't share with my sister.
Oh, you don't share with your sister? Okay.
Actually,
do
we
you
would.
share with your mother?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what did you bring us?
So I brought us these 3 great batiks that we found on the shelf, and I think they're just luscious and just delicious browns. And I think, corner play is absolutely one of the best patterns that we've got for using those batiks on, as long as we've got that contrast in there of that focused fabric with the nice large print, a lighter fabric, and a darker fabric. And we get those really to pop in there really nicely. I just love the one that you've shown several times that you have hanging in your office with those 3 green, or the kind of aqua batiks on it, just gorgeous.
Charcoal. I love that one.
And, I was kind of inspired by that with this one. So we've got our number 1 fabric, which is this great, it's almost kind of like a floral swirly kind of a design on it with these browns and that rich chocolate brown in the background, and even these golds in here to really give you some nice variety
Is
in
that
it.
toffee? Like chocolate toffee?
It almost is.
Okay.
And then our number 2 fabric brings in some more of those golds and browns, but adds a little bit of a splash of some green in there too. So it adds even a little bit more variety in here, and really it's going to get this to pop nicely. And then our number 3 fabric is the same fabric design here, but with different color values in them. And so these 3 are going to work really great to give you some nice separation on the corner play pattern.
Well, show us where they go on the quilt.
So if we come over and look, we're going to see that our main focus fabric is where our darker blue is here. So we're going to have that in these areas in the quilt. And then our lighter is going to be back here in the background. So that's going to make everything pop off of that quilt. And then, of course, our dark brown is going to be in there in the borders and where we have our brown here.
I think chocolate just might win.
So this is definitely a delicious looking set of fabric.
It is.
So let's look at the numbers on this. So it's 8021737, and it's called Dreaming of Chocolate. And again, it is that corner play pattern, and that's out of the book Pretty Darn Quick.
Well, you did it again. I have many, many reasons to be proud of my kids because they both can pick out fabric. It's just one of them.
So let's see what you've got next.
All right, let's do, because I got a surprise. Now this one is like a first love for me. Well, actually, it's probably 120th love for me because that's about how many patterns I've written. But I love this one. It's designed for the brand new book, Quilts on the Double. So I'm having a whole new love affair with dancing bears. Let's put that up there. I just had fun doing it. I made the bear paws. And for some reason, I thought, I'm going to make these bear paws dance. So I turned them different directions, and I just think it's a really cute one. Now, I have bright, bright colors in the original quilt, but I decided to go with some batiks in the more earthy batiks. So my number 1 fabric is here, and that's going to go in this block. It'll be where you see the leaves up here, and it's sort of like a little bit of a woodland flower. And then I've got the coordinated fabrics, this gold dot. So this adds just a little bit of sparkle, kind of like the light coming through the trees onto the forest floor. And then we have this that is like the leaves underfoot, gorgeous, just pale greens and golds, and look how great that looks together and coordinates. Now I named this one, I named it Timberland Waltz. So can't you just see those bears out there waltzing in the woods? So the number is 8021738, Dancing Bears, and we have the pattern is only available in Quilts on the Double. So I've given you an alternate pattern because you get 1 free pattern with every kit that you purchase. You could take tumbling triangles. I think that would be a really nice looking quilt. Now let's see what Fran and John have in store for you. Hey, Fran.
Hey.
What have you got here?
I have something really fun here. I took a little bit different twist, I think.
Well, that caught my eye when I looked down that hot pink.
I just love these bears, and I've got a perfect name for this, so I'll tell you in a minute. But what I did is I chose some fun black and white prints with the pink. So my focus fabric is this great black and white floral. And it just pairs beautifully with this little swirl here where it feels like you're just twirling round and round like a ballerina. And then our pink here just really creates a nice pop. So
Like
that'll
that.
be our number 3. So what is really cool is our pink here will be in our bear paw, our little half square triangles here.
The little claws.
The little
huh?
claw part.
Pink.
Pink. Yes, it's pink. And so our black and white will be in the larger part, and then of course our black and white here.
And
So-
it's going to coordinate with that solid block. That'll be pink too.
Oh, that's perfect.
It
It
will
will
be.
just be so cute. So let me show you the quilt order number and name here. It is 8021739, and it's called Ballerina Bears.
That's so sweet.
And it is using the Dancing Bears pattern from the Quilts on the Double. Now, this pattern's only available in Quilts on the Double, and my alternate pattern that I recommend is a Friendship Star.
That is cool. Now, you know, we always like to give you easy patterns, but one of the main reasons that our patterns are easy is because of the way we've written the instructions. So don't let this one scare you off. It really is fun to put together.
It really is
It
fun.
is our challenge quilt pattern, but it's pretty nice.
It's still pretty quick to put together, pretty easy to do, lots of fun to do.
All right. Well, let's see what your big brother is doing. Well, this has been a lot of fun,
It has.
and we saved the best men for last.
I think this is one of the best ones that we've got in this show. So
Really?
I think
Okay,
we need to go ahead and
show
show
us
them.
what you got.
So I went in and, you know, because we're using that Dancing Bears pattern on this out of the new book, Quilts on a Double. And
show?
yeah, so we've got that. And so it's a great one that we have that's just these beautiful paw prints that are on this, and we've alternated them, as you said earlier in the show, that it's alternated so it's looking like that dancing bear. I kind of think about one of your other patterns from the early days of dancing geese that you had, that you alternated the geese,
Yeah.
the same thing. So it's a great little thing on that. You know, while this K fabric is absolutely gorgeous on this, I wanted to kind of take it down because whenever I was looking at the bear paws, I'm thinking more of a, you know, almost an antique or a traditional style of quilt. So I went, hey, we got to come up with some Civil War type fabrics.
Diametrically opposite of Cafe.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
so we've got big, bold, bright, subdued, traditional, you know, old world almost.
All right.
So in this situation, we've got this gorgeous, again, another chocolate brown. I think I was into chocolate that day or something when we were really going through and looking at that earlier today.
Yeah.
So we've got this nice brown with the small little organic flower print on that. And then we've got really this neat, this almost reminds me of a Victorian style wallpaper or something like that with the geometric designs on our number 2 fabric or that lighter fabric. And then our number 3 is this great almost little daisy or a rose with these vines on it. And that's actually a nice navy blue that's in this. So again, it's a very kind of traditional
It
Civil War style fabric.
It almost looks black, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
So one nice thing is I've got pieces and parts for this one.
Oh,
And so
okay.
this is a great one just to be able to see how this goes together. So it's really, it's a lot easier than it looks. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make up, let's see, where are we at here? Let's put these right here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have our blocks cut out and we're going to make 2 of our half square triangles on here. And then and this is going to be the first of the units that we're assembling within this kit. And then we're going to take another assembly of a unit and we're going to have 4 of our bear claws on here, 1 solid block out here, and it gives us this great looking bear claw. And so we've got a couple of those on here, so I can go ahead and we'll put that down here so you can see our dancing. And then the second unit that we build for this quilt is simply a big block with 2 strips on the side, and then we'll finish out that the sashing on this so that we have a nice big block, and that's going to go in here on our pattern so we get this just really nice looking, very Victorian Civil War time frame of a great design for that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the information on my kit.
Well, wait. I'd like to show you what I did with my dancing bears. I just think this is really nice.
Oh, but wait.
Well,
Look
yeah.
at this dancing bear.
Oh my gosh, we have to put these all out here in a
my
row.
goodness.
So, John, I don't know what you think, but I think these are all pretty cool.
They are great. You know, I'm a big fan of batiks. The pink's not going to be my thing, but
It would be cute for a little girl's room.
that's true. You know, I could see my granddaughter having something like that.
Okay, so I think you should vote for mine.
No, this is really the one that you need to vote for. You know, because it's more Brer Brown and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. You better tell them about your fabric.
Yeah, let me tell you, I'll get out of here. Let me finish up. I got to tell them about my fabric. I kind of got a little punny with the name here and decided to go ahead and call this one Beary Nice.
I'm surprised you didn't call it Chocolate Bears.
That's true. But its number is 8021740. Again, it's Beary Nice. It is the Dancing Bears pattern. And I thought that a really great alternative for this would be our Heartland pattern. Again, another one of those kind of traditional Civil War era with that turn dash and all of that on that. Again, with another big block that's got the sashing around it. So that's a great one, and I, hope that they're going to really like this one.
I like it. I'm surprised at how much I do like it because I lend more to those bright colors.
Right.
So that's great. Well, there wasn't a lot of bloodletting in this particular family
Or
feud
biting
because
or
we
kicking.
no biting or kicking, yeah. So it's been a lot of fun. We hope you've enjoyed it. And we just want to remind you that every pattern that we do uses 3 1-yard cuts of fabric. And we have 11 books that you can choose from. And every book has 8 patterns, and every pattern takes 3 1-yard cuts. And I hope you got the idea that there really are so many ways to use these fabrics. You can get all types of styles and designs. So if you enjoyed this, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. Click on subscribe and the bell. And we will see you next time.
Bye.